today in Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys defeated the San Francisco 49ers by a score of 14-3. The Cowboys will be in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks against the winner of the ball game here this afternoon. The injury report for Baltimore. We understand that Norm Bullock, who has that stretched hamstring that he suffered in the Miami game, will not be playing. It will be Nottingham and Matty as the running backs, and Matty has a bad left knee. Hubert Ginn and Mercury Morris are the deep backs on the return. They set up at the 2-yard line. And kicking off will be Jim O'Brien. Not only do the winners today go to the Super Bowl, each member of the winning team receives $8,500. Each member of the losing team, $5,500, a $3,000 difference, and a chance for 15 more in 2 weeks.
And the Colts are not kicking off from the middle of the field. They're kicking off from the right hash mark, probably in an effort to get Mercury Morris cornered over toward one side of the field if he gets the ball.
The high end-over-end kickoff is taken at the 2-yard line by Mercury Morris. The game is underway. He's to the 20. And is hit by Rex Kern at the 23-yard line and comes down in the neighborhood of the 25. Charlie Pittman was the second man there for Baltimore, return at 22 yards on the play. So Miami moves on offense. The officials spot the ball at the Miami 24-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. For the Dolphins, the quarterback is Bob Greasy, Jim Kick, and Larry Zonka, the running back. The wide receivers are Howard Twilley and Paul Warfield, and Marv Fleming is the tight end. Greasy takes, he gives to Jim Kick. The lone remaining back is Zonka. And moved to the right wing. Zonka with a key block outside the 30 to the 32-yard line, where Charlie Stoops makes the tackle.
I'll tell you, one nice thing about Kick and Zonka running together is not only the fact that you have two good runners in there, but they also block very effectively for one another. And you like to see that when a back who doesn't have the ball will help out his running mate and will throw good blocks for him. And both of these fellows are effective blockers.
Mercury Morris is now the other running back. Two wide receivers near side, second down and 2. Zonka, the ball carrier. Close to the first down. Bubba Smith at defensive left end was the first man to meet him. It is a first down. First down in the ball game. Spot the ball at the 35-yard line. 13 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. First quarter, we have no score. Kick is back in. So Jim Kick and Larry Zonka now the running backs. In the offensive line for Miami, Bob DeMarco is the center. Bob Kuchenberg and Larry Little at the offensive guards. Doug Crusan and Norm Evans at the offensive tackles. Defensively for Baltimore, Bubba Smith, Billy Newsom, Fred Miller, and Roy Hilton up front. First down and 10, Miami, their own 35-yard line. Wide receivers near side, Warfield and Twilley. Kick, the ball carrier. Tough yardage inside. A gain of 3 to the 38. It will be second down and 7 yards to go.
And again, just as we expected, Miami starting out trying to play ball control football, we would expect the Baltimore Colts to do exactly the same thing when they get the football. See if they can establish the ground game, run some time off the clock, control the ball. One thing about controlling the ball, while you have it, the other team can't score.
And we have no score now, 12 and a half minutes remaining, first quarter. Ray May, Mike Curtis, and Ted Hendricks, the linebackers for the Colts. Charlie Stoops and Rex Kern on the corners. Jerry Logan and Rick Volk at defensive safety for Baltimore. Greasy takes, spins, speeds. Jim Kick hit at the line of scrimmage. Ray May, the weak side linebacker, was the first man there. Hendricks comes out of the pileup, as does defensive tackle Fred Miller. Mark it for no gain on the play. The ball still at the 38-yard line. Third down and 7. First third down opportunity that Miami has faced in the ballgame.
Baltimore Colts maintain that their 3 linebackers are the best in professional football. But you know, Charlie, I bet I've been with 10 professional football teams this year who maintain that their linebackers are the best in professional football.
Third down and 7. Twilley wide to the far side. Warfield wide to the near side. Kick and Zonka, the running backs are split. Greasy, the quarterback. Back to throw. 5 men on the pattern. Incomplete near side, Jim Kick. The number 2 receiver for Miami was the intended receiver. The Dolphins will be kicking.
Kick very well covered by Ray May that time. There was absolutely no chance for Greasy to get him the ball. Fine coverage.
Larry Seipel, a 40.1-yard average during the regular season, will be punting for Miami. No breeze here at the floor of the Orange Bowl, and no score. On the return will be Rick Volk. He sets up at the 20-yard line for Baltimore, anticipating the punt. Almost blocked by Kern. High floater. 18-yard line. Volk. He is smothered at the 23 or the 24-yard line by Jim Langer and Hubert Ginn. 44 yards on the punt, 5 yards on the return. Baltimore on offense, first time in the ballgame. In the Baltimore backfield, it will be Don McCauley, the rookie from North Carolina. And Don Nottingham, the rookie from Kent State. The quarterback is John Unitas. Eddie Hinton comes in motion right side. McCauley to the 29-yard line. He is stopped by Doug Swift, the strong linebacker. So Baltimore in the championship game, 2 rookie running backs. Don McCauley, their number 1 draft choice, who at North Carolina a year ago set the collegiate NCAA rushing record, breaking the single-season record of O.J. Simpson. McCauley and Nottingham. Nottingham has had quite a workout this year as a replacement for Norm Bulash, who is out with that bad hamstring. Mark it from the 29, second down 5. Hitting in motion far side. Perkins, a wide receiver near side. Unitas back to throw. Strong rush. John scrambles. The pass is overthrown. As Unitas under a strong rush by Bob Hines, the defensive tackle of Miami. The pass too tall, and Curtis Johnson was the defender there for the Dolphins.
And Charlie, right on that play, I think we saw one of the differences between John Unitas and Bob Greasy. Unitas rolled out of his pocket. They had pressure on him. He ran to the left that time, got up close to the line of scrimmage, and threw the ball. Although there was nobody in front of him, he could have run the ball then for about 10 yards, but you know that unless it's an extreme emergency, John Unitas isn't going to run the ball. I think under similar circumstances, Bob Greasy would have run the ball, and Bob's a pretty effective runner.
10 minutes, 19 seconds remaining first quarter. We have no score. Third down, 5 yards to go. Baltimore from their own 29-yard line. 2 men in the slot right side now. Hinton goes in motion left side. Unitas wants to throw. 5 men on the pattern. Over the middle, it's complete to Don McCauley. McCauley has the first down, the first down in the ball game for the Baltimore Colts at their own 45-yard line. And Nick Buoniconti, the middle linebacker and defensive captain for Miami, was there.
Very unusual offensive formation for the Baltimore Colts that time. They lined up with a split end out to the right and then 2 backs practically next to each other out in the slot between the offensive tackle and the split end. One of those backs then went in motion back to the left, but I don't think I've seen that this year or for several years where 2 backs lined up in the slot right next to each other. Now they're doing it to the left.
Tom Matty has replaced McCauley. Again, 2 men on the slot left side, and Perkins comes back in motion right side. The ball carrier is Don Nottingham. Nottingham is stopped by Jim Riley, a defensive left end for Miami. Doug Swift, the strong linebacker for the Dolphins, was the second man there. As the carry goes for 6 yards, it will be second down and 4. And the ball at the 49-yard line of the Dolphins. We have no score. First quarter, 9 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Offensive line for Baltimore. Bill Curry is the center. Glenn Ressler and John Williams the guards. Dan Sullivan, Bob Vogel the tackles. Tom Mitchell is the tight end. And he is the leading receiver for Baltimore during the regular season. Second down and 4. Unitas spins. First man through is Nottingham. 47-yard line, a gain of 2. It will be third down and 2. As again, Nick Buoniconti, the middle linebacker, was there for Miami. Nottingham, the rookie from Kent State, was the 441st draftee a year ago. Next to the last man taken in the 1971 draft. Against Cleveland in the playoff game, he had a total of 92 yards on the ground, and he scored 2 touchdowns. Baltimore facing their second third down situation in this drive that started from their own 24. Third down and a long 2, closer to 2.5 yards. Unitas draw, Nottingham, he's stopped. Manny Fernandez, defensive tackle, and Jim Riley, a defensive end, closed the hole for the Dolphins.
And he was not only stopped, he was hit plenty hard there, just dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Fine defensive play by the Dolphins then in a very important third down situation, forcing Baltimore to probably punt the ball here.
David Lee will be punting for Baltimore, a 41-yard average. The deep back on the return for Miami is Jake Scott. The up back and closer to the far side is Dick Anderson. Here's the punt. High, lazy floater. Fair catch is not called for. They want the ball to bounce into the end zone. It does. Automatic touchback. 47 yards on the punt. Miami, following the touchback, will take over with the ball on their own 20-yard line. We now have 7 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and we have no score.
And we talk about how effective John Unitas and the Colts are at ball possession. Miami kept the ball for 4 minutes, the Colts only for 3.5.
Timeout. Here in the first quarter with the score, Baltimore nothing, Miami nothing. From the Orange Bowl, Miami, American Football Conference Championship game, 20-yard line. Miami controls their own territory. Greasy to Jim Kick, right side, has about 4 yards, maybe 5. Kick coming into the ball game, a 4.5-yard average. He, by the way, the number 2 receiver for the Dolphins, and this year had 2 games of more than 100 yards. Kick in this ball game, 4 carries, 16 yards. The ball at the 25, it will be second down, 5 yards to go.
No, the one who surprises me with his average is Zonka. I think of him as a power runner, a short yardage sort of fellow, but he averaged 5.5 yards, 5.4 yards a carry, which was tops for the top runners in the American Conference.
Moving from right to left from the Miami 25, Greasy fakes. Throws deep. Warfield is open. Has it 50-yard line. 40. Foot breaker. He's being chased by Warfield. Score. Miami will lead. Touchdown pass. Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield. Miami leads 6-0. Extra point yet to come.
And he's the game breaker. If there's one game breaker here today, it's Paul Warfield of the Miami Dolphins. He got out in the clear, not by just a step. He was way out in the clear, but Greasy hit him perfectly, so he didn't have to break stride. And there was nobody going to catch him on his way into the end zone.
For Paul Warfield, the 12th touchdown of the year. Gary Ubrimian will attempt the point after, and Carl Noonan will hold. 80 yards on the drive, 2 plays. And while we were away on the timeout a moment ago, we had another brief shower and a delay now as the center requests a change of football.
The end of the field where they're kicking now is the dampest spot on the field.
The snap, the ball is down, the boot is up. It is good. There's timeout here in the first quarter with the score now. Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. Miami electrifying the crowd of some 76,000. Lead it 7-0. Uprimian set to kick off for the Dolphins with Don McCauley and Charlie Pittman, the deep backs on the return for Baltimore. Here's the boot. High, in over in. Pittman, 3 yards deep in the end zone, will not run it out. Touchback. Baltimore will have possession their own 20-yard line. And George, last week, Paul Warfield had 7 receptions for 140 yards against Kansas City. He is the early game breaker here.
And we could see more of that as the game goes on, although the Baltimore Colts are extremely difficult to hit long passes such as that against, particularly on a passing situation. Greasy called them up then because it was not a passing situation, 2nd and 5, and he hit a play-action pass. That is, he faked the running play, which drew in the Colts secondary and enabled Warfield to get behind them.
Baltimore's ball first down their own 20-yard line. Perkins in motion near side. Unitas fakes the draw. Throws. Pass complete. 36-yard line. Eddie Hinton has it outside the 40, the 45, where Curtis Johnson and Jake Scott finally haul him down. Eddie Hinton, who did not score a touchdown until the last regular season game. He scored 2, and that was against New England. The ball at the 46-yard line of Baltimore. A gain of 26, first down, 10 yards to go. Don McCauley and Don Nottingham, the 2 rookies, are the running backs. Perkins comes wide to the near side. And again, 2 men in the slot on the right side. Eddie Hinton goes in motion far side. Unitas looks left, pops, throws. Tight end. It is complete. 39-yard line to Dom Mitchell. Doug Swift, the strong linebacker, and Curtis Johnson there for Miami.
Nice catch.
Go ahead, George.
Nice catch by Mitchell. He went high into the air to get that one. Unitas faked to him down over the middle, and really I don't know whether he was faking or whether he had intended to hit Mitchell there, but he didn't throw the ball the first time he pumped his arm, and this helped Mitchell get open as he broke out toward the sideline because Unitas froze the linebacker by pumping first before throwing the ball.
Unitas has now completed 3 of 4 passes, 56 yards. Pitch, McCauley will get to the line of scrimmage. That is it. Tim Foley, at defensive left corner, was there for Miami. It will be 2nd down and 10. Bob Matheson, the weak linebacker who has been bothered by a sprained right knee, comes out. He's limping again. Jesse Powell has replaced him. That's an ankle that he's been bothered with and not a knee. Defensively for Miami, it's Jim Riley, Manny Fernandez, Bob Heinz, Bill Stanfield, the front 4. Doug Swift, Nick Buoniconti, and now Jesse Powell, the linebackers. Curtis Johnson, Tim Foley on the corners. Dick Anderson, Jake Scott, defensive safety. At the Miami 39-yard line. 5 minutes, 6 seconds remaining first quarter. Miami leads it, and the pass is incomplete. Unitas overthrowing Don McCauley, and Jesse Powell, the weak linebacker who just came into the ball game, was the man on the coverage, and Bill Stanfield, a defensive right end who is 6'5", was going up in the air, so Unitas had to throw over his outstretched arm. 3rd down opportunities. Baltimore has converted 1 out of 2. This is their 3rd situation in the ball game. 3rd down and 10. Defensive changes. Mike Colon comes in. Bob Heinz comes out. 3-man rush, 4 linebackers. Miami looking for Baltimore to throw. 5 minutes remaining first quarter. Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield. Unitas pop. Back to throw. Being safe. Dumps it screen on the right side. Jim Riley applying the pressure. The screen was on the right side. Unitas was avoiding the loss. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Charlie Jones, George Rannerman, American Football Conference Championship game. 4:55 remaining first quarter. Miami leads at 7-0. Field goal attempt upcoming. Jim O'Brien from the 47-yard line. Earl Morrill to hold. The snap, the ball is down. The boot is up. Mercury Morris is back. Mercury takes it in the end zone. The attempt is no good. He will down the ball. There's timeout here in the first quarter with the score. Miami 7, Baltimore nothing.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Coming through for Chrysler Plymouth. Here's a song that tells you something about a car that's built for you. Brand new Chrysler coming through. The 1972 Newport Royal has the size and comfort you'd expect of a Chrysler, with a price much smaller than you'd expect of a Chrysler. And that's the big and the small of it. You want a car that's built to last, and it's still good looking too. Chrysler knows you want a car that's built that way. From the inside to the outside, it's a car that's here to stay. That's the kind of car that's coming through today.
Chrysler Plymouth dealers right now. Drop by a dealer near you and see it soon. Along with George Rannerman, this is Charlie Jones. We have 4 minutes, 46 seconds remaining first quarter. American Football Conference Championship game, Miami, Florida. Miami leads Baltimore 7-0. The Dolphins have possession their own 20-yard line first down. Moving from our right to our left. A fake on the give. The pitch is to Jim Kick. He turns the corner right side. Will have about 3 yards. He is pushed all the way back to the 15 and then dumped by Bubba Smith. The reaction of the partisan fans here in Miami. His forward progress goes to the 24. A gain of 4. It will be 2nd down and 6. And George, it was only some 2 minutes ago in this situation that Bob Greasy went to Paul Warfield. A 75-yard touchdown pass, the only score thus far. Warfield comes to the near side, as does Howard Twilley. Twilley is flanked outside Warfield. Greasy gives to the first back through Larry Zonka. Zonka crosses the 26 and down at the 27-yard line, and a flag is down on the play as Fred Miller, defensive captain for Baltimore, in his 9th year in the National Football League at 6'3", 250 pounds, was there to make the stop. The flag will go against Miami. The referee, Jack Best, jockeying with Fred Miller of the Baltimore Colts. The other officials, the umpire is Lou Palazzi. Head linesman is Ed Marion. Bruce Alford, the line judge. Hugh Gamber, the back judge. And Fritz Groff is the field judge. Offensive holding is the call. So place the ball back at the 12-yard line. The down goes over. It will be second down and 18.
And here's a tough call for Greasy, backed up on his own 12-yard line. Practically impossible, as we mentioned before, to throw long against the Colts in a situation like this. I'd expect him to come with a short one to one of his good running backs, see if they can break loose after the catch.
The backs are split. Marv Fleming, the tight end, right side, cheats in. Sweep near side, Zaka. Kick leads the way. Zaka to the 14-yard line, a gain of a couple. Kick with the key block. It will be third down now and 16. And Mike Curtis, the middle linebacker, was the first man there for the defense. Rex Kern on the right corner, the rookie from Ohio State, and drafted in the 10th round, was the second man there.
In spite of all the rain, the field seems to be in pretty good shape, Charlie. I haven't noticed much slipping at all down there.
3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining first quarter. Miami leads Baltimore 7-0. A 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield, coming with 6:39 remaining in this period. Third down, 16. Miami 0 for 1 in third down opportunities in the ball game. Greasy gives. Zaka sweep far side with Little leading the way, the right guard. And he will have maybe a yard, and that is it. And the kicking team will come in. Charlie Stukes was the first man there from Baltimore, moving up from his defensive left corner slot. So now, George, Baltimore will have an opportunity for good field position offensively.
And I'm not sure I understand that signal calling on the part of Greasy, backed up there with the second and about 18, calling two running plays from that situation, particularly on the third and 16, I guess it was.
Larry Seipel back to punt. Anticipating the kick at the Baltimore 44-yard line is Rick Vogt. Here's the snap. Lots of time. A return is on. A high floater. Vogt takes it 42-yard line, Baltimore. 45, cut down at the 47-yard line. The first man there was Lloyd Mumford. Mumford in his third year, 5'10", 180-pounder. 5 yards on the return by Rick Vogt, following a 43-yard kick by Larry Seipel. So Baltimore moves in the attack. George.
Dolphins punt coverage is a thing of beauty. The object, when you're down covering a punt, is to keep equal spacing among the linemen going down, and they do that just perfectly. It looks like a precision marching team going down the field about 3 yards apart.
From the Baltimore 47 United, swing pass right side, Nottingham. Nottingham to the 50. 47-yard line of Miami. A gain of 6. It will be second down and 4 as Tim Foley moved up from the defensive left corner for Miami. With Baltimore going, with Don Nottingham and Don McCauley, the two rookie running backs. Tom Matty, the veteran, bothered by a bad left knee. He's been in for a couple of plays. Norm Bulash, their outstanding running back, George, still bothered by that pulled hamstring. Is that McCauley and Nottingham will not give the threat that Matty and Bulash would give.
Undoubtedly, this is so. You can lose one good running back. When you lose both of your first-string running backs, you have to be handicapped no matter how good the other fellows are.
Fake on a pitch out. McCauley squirming through close to the first down as he goes inside the 44 to the 43-yard line. Mike Colin, now the weak linebacker, Nick Bunucani from the middle, are there for Miami. The officials will call a timeout, and we will have a measurement.
Well, Nottingham, whom you mentioned before, had an excellent game last week against Cleveland, 92 yards. Short fellow, they say 5'10". He doesn't appear to be that tall. I think they're stretching a point there. Got a kick out of a remark that his teammate, linebacker Ray May, made about him. Somebody asked how, if you were playing against Nottingham, how would you tackle him? He said, you've got to hit him low, like around the neck.
And they call him the human bowling ball, right? It is a first down. Miami 43-yard line, fourth first down in the ball game for the Baltimore Colts. 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Miami leads Baltimore by a score of 7-0. An 80-yard touchdown drive in 2 plays. The 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy, his 20th touchdown pass of the year to Paul Warfield. First down, Baltimore. Miami 43. Unitas gives to McCauley. McCauley looking for some running room inside as 3 yards to the 40 before Manny Fernandez and Nick Bunucani cover him for Miami. A gain of 3. It will be second down and 7 yards to go. And, George, the early momentum seems to be with the Dolphins.
Well, and all in that one play, I think. Greasy set the ballpark afire here when he hit Warfield just perfectly at 75-yard touchdown pass. Really the only threat we've had in the ball game, and that came from 75 yards out.
McCauley now has 12 yards and 4 carries for the Colts. Perkins comes in motion right side. Hinton split away left. The tight end goes over the middle. The pass left side. Incomplete through the hands of Eddie Hinton. And Curtis Johnson was covering him for Miami.
Hinton was right on the sideline. He was so intent on touching both feet in bounds, he looked down right as the ball got to him, looked down to see where his feet were, and as a result, why he didn't get a good grip on it. That's the first rule you tell any young boy or old boy learning how to catch a football. Look the ball into your hands. But Hinton was too busy worrying about the sideline and his feet that time.
Unitas now has completed 4 of 8 passes, 62 yards through the air. Matheson comes in on defense, extra linebacker, 3-man rush. 3rd down, 7. Unitas back to throw. 4 men on the pattern. Deep, incomplete. 21-yard line. Ray Perkins went up for the football. He had his left hand on it. After he made contact with the football, he was decked by Tim Foley. The ball fell to the turf, incomplete.
Not a very good pattern run by the Colts that time. McCauley and Perkins were right down there close together, where they shouldn't be. You should never have 2 receivers that close to each other on the pass pattern.
Jim O'Brien with a 48-yard field goal attempt upcoming. He missed from the 47. Earl Morrill to hold. The snap, the ball is down, the boot is up. Mercury Morris takes it, it is short, he's at the 1-yard line, Mercury to the 5. He will return to the 9-yard line where Miami will take over. 8 yards on the return as the guns sound. That is the end of the first quarter. The score is Miami 7, Baltimore nothing.
George Ratterman with Charlie Jones here at the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. The first quarter has just ended. The Miami Dolphins lead the Baltimore Colts 7-0. Miami has the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 10-yard line, starting the second quarter. 1 score in the game, 7-0. Bob Greasy hitting Paul Warfield from 75 yards out. 75-yard touchdown pass from Greasy to Warfield. The Dolphins lead the Colts 7-0.
Miami has the ball, let's call it the 10-yard line, their own territory. Second quarter just underway. They're now moving from our left to our right across your radio dial. Miami, ironically, leading 7-0. Their deepest penetration, excluding the touchdown pass of 75 yards, was their own 38 as Jim Kick now crosses the line of scrimmage, the 10-yard line, and goes for 3 yards to the 13 as Ted Hendricks, the strong linebacker, was the first man there, and a Colt is on the ground. It is Bubba Smith. Bubba Smith, an official's timeout. Bubba is now to his knees and very slow to arise. The trainers are on the scene. The ball has been placed at the 13-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 7 yards to go. And the loss of Bubba Smith to the defense of the Baltimore Colts could be devastating at this point. Jim Bailey will replace him. Bubba now still on one knee at the 9-yard line as the trainers are talking with him. The clock is stopped now with 14 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Normally you go out and try to help an injured player to his feet. I don't think there's anybody big enough to help Bubba get up out there. That really would be a loss for the Colts, though, because, of course, Bubba is not only effective against the run, but he's probably the best Colt at rushing the passer and blocking field goals. Just last Sunday against Cleveland, he blocked 2 field goals. He's blocked 4 all season long, so he's effective no matter what offensive maneuver you try to run against him.
There's timeout still on the field. Thus far in the ballgame, Miami has 75 yards through the air. That is that 1 touchdown pass. They have 24 yards on the ground. That's a total of 99 yards total offense. Baltimore has 62 yards through the air and 14 yards on the ground. Total offense, 76 yards.
And an interesting statistic, in the first quarter, the Baltimore Colts had the ball for exactly 7.5 minutes. The Miami Dolphins had it for 7.5 minutes.
Jim Keck, 6 carries for Miami, 22 yards. Greasy has completed 1 of 2 passes. That pass has been the key, the only score of the ball game. Now we're set to go. 2nd down and 7, Miami, their own 13-yard line. The backs are split. Kick on the far side, Zock on the near side. Bob Greasy's the quarterback. Greasy in the pocket to throw. Keeps both backs in for protection. Greasy's going to run. He's to the 20. Chased by Curtis. Out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And Curtis It's a forearm shiver on Bob Greasy as he was chasing him out of bounds. And a flag drop 15 yards will be tacked on. The ball will go to the 41-yard line. The personal foul for slugging call on Mike Curtis.
I really wonder, Charlie, whether it was against Curtis on the tackle there, or whether something happened after the tackle, because a lot of the players from both teams were over there on the sideline, and it appeared that he had to tackle Greasy. Greasy wasn't out of bounds yet, and he's entitled to hit him. And it may have been something that happened after the play.
Caught the ball just outside the 40-yard line. Miami has possession. That is their fourth first down in the ball game. 14 minutes, 18 seconds remaining second quarter. Miami leads Baltimore 7-0. Dallas defeated San Francisco early today 14-3 for the first slot in the Super Bowl 2 weeks away. The give is to Zonka. Straight shot left side from the 40 to the 44-yard line. It will be second down and 6 yards to go. Ted Hendricks, the strong linebacker, was there for Baltimore. The second man there was Fred Miller, and Roy Hilton was the third. Larry Zonka against Kansas City had a total of 86 yards a week ago. He scored 1 touchdown, and this season has had 3 games of more than 100 yards. Today, Zonka, 9 yards in 4 carries against the stubborn Colt defense. Second and 6. Miami's ball, their own 44. Moving from left to right. Zonka's on the left wing. Greasy back to throw. 4 men on the pattern. Greasy fires right side. It is incomplete, 41-yard line. Howard Twilley went up for it. And Charlie Stukes, George, timed the pass perfectly. He met Howard at the same time the football did, and Twilley couldn't pull it down.
Very good defensive play by Stukes. Actually, Twilley might have caught the ball, probably should have caught the ball, but I think he could feel Stukes coming up behind him. And it's a difficult thing to concentrate on looking the ball into your hands, catching the ball when you know somebody is about to run into you right from the back.
A report on Bubba. He is okay. He just had the wind knocked out of him. So Bubba Smith will be back in the lineup. Mercury Morris comes in. Jim Kick comes out. Third down and 6. Miami 0 for 2 third down opportunities thus far. Their own 44-yard line. Greasy gives to Mercury Morris. Mercury will come up short of the first down on a 3rd and 6 as Ted Hendricks was there to stop him at the 47-yard line. Mike Curtis was also there. It will be 4th down, and the Dolphins will be punting. Larry Seipel will be kicking a 40.1-yard average, and Mike Colon is in to snap on the punt. Seipel in this ball game is a 43.5-yard average. Rick Volk at the 10-yard line of Baltimore to the right. Here's the snap. And the punt. Volk, fair catch. 18-yard line. 35 yards on the punt. There's timeout here in the second quarter with the score. Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. This is Charlie Jones, George Ratterman. The Orange Bowl, Miami, Florida. The site of the American Football Conference Championship game. 12 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Miami leads 7-0. Baltimore has the football, their own 18-yard line. Nottingham goes to the 25-yard line on individual effort, a gain of 7 yards. The blocking by Wrestler, Curry, and Williams up front, and Doug Swift, the strong linebacker for Miami, stopped him. And when Nottingham at 5'10", 210 pounds stays low, George, the only way you can stop him is to jump on his back.
Particularly when you consider the size of some of these defensive linemen, their height. Most of them are about 6'6", so they have to really get down low to even reach him.
Nottingham, 3 carries, 10 yards. Mark it at the 26, second down, about 2.5. Here comes Nottingham, first down. He goes to the 35-yard line, and again, Doug Swift was there for Miami. Baltimore's ball, their own 35-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. George, neither ball club has been blessed with good offensive field position.
No, you might say that's caused by good defensive play. That's the object of the defensive team, to stop the other team, to keep them from getting within field goal range. Baltimore's been close enough to give O'Brien a couple of long shots, but not really good position for the field goal attempt.
Ray Perkins goes in motion right side. Unitas hands to McCauley, the second back through, and the rookie from North Carolina is brought down by Frank Cornish, who has just come into the ball game at defensive right tackle, and Nick Buoniconti, the middle linebacker, was there for an assist. Mark the ball at the 43-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the play. It will be second down and 2. Bob Hines comes in on defense. Frank Cornish comes out. And McCauley now has 21 yards and 5 carries. 11 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Miami leads 7-0. A 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield with 6:39 remaining in the first quarter. Unitas to McCauley. Close to the first down, Bill Stanfill and Manny Fernandez of the defensive front four stopped him at the 45-yard line. It is a first down, the 6th first down in the ball game for the Baltimore Colts. So they have now moved from their own 18-yard line just outside their own 45-yard line, first down and 10. And George, the key in this drive so far has been the first down plays. In their previous 2 first down opportunities, they picked up 8 yards each time.
I would expect John Unitas to open up a bit more here and start throwing some passes. He certainly hasn't thrown many thus far.
Nottingham stopped by Bonacanti and a gain of 2. It will be second down and 8. The ball at the 47-yard line. The first time in this drive, the Dolphins have stopped them on first down.
How many passes do we have for Unitas thus far?
Unitas has completed 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 9.
I didn't realize he'd thrown that many. 9. I thought he'd probably only thrown about 4 or 5.
Second down and 8. Baltimore, their own 47-yard line. 9:49 remaining, second quarter. Miami leads 7-0. Unitas takes, spins, fakes to the first man, fakes the reverse. Screen right side is complete as Unitas was up. Nottingham, 40-yard line of Miami, inside the 30-yard line. A fake inside, a fake flanker reverse, a screen on the right side, and Nick Bonacanti finally stopped the play at the 28-yard line of Miami.
And John Unitas was decked just as he threw the ball by the defensive end, Jim Riley of the Dolphins, but nevertheless managed to get it out there. It was set up very well. As you say, there were a couple of fakes preceding that screen, and they had the Dolphins pretty well out of position. Had the screen well set up out to the right side.
A gain of 25 yards on the play for Baltimore. They're on the move. 28-yard line of Miami, and the Colts trail 7-0. Slot right side. Ed Hinton, the slot back, comes in motion near side. Unitas 2 steps throws. Perkins has it complete and is out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Mike Colon, the weak linebacker, was there for Miami, but a quick gain of 6 more yards. It will be second down and 4. 8 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Baltimore started this drive from their own 18-yard line, and it has now consumed some 7 plays.
Unitas doing what he does best, just picking the defense apart. No sequence to his calls. Running play to the right, running play up the middle, short pass. About the only thing, he doesn't throw many long passes. Most of his passes are the short ones.
Unitas now 6 of 11, 94 yards through the air for Baltimore. The give is to McCauley. Jumps to the outside. Close to the first down as the rookie from North Carolina ran into a pileup at the line of scrimmage, jumped to his right, and the strong safety, Dick Anderson, slipped up to meet him, but it will be close to the first down. Let's see where the officials spot the football. He needed 4. And he may have only 3 as Unitas takes the eye measurement. He says it's short. In third down opportunities, Baltimore has converted only 1 out of 4. This is their 5th. And a defensive change for Miami as Frank Cornish comes in, Mike Colon comes out. 5-man front on the short yardage, 2 linebackers. John Mackey is in a double tight end situation. McCauley slices over left guard. Ressler and Curry with the block. Bob Hines with the tackle, along with Jake Scott. First down, Baltimore. The 8th first down of the ball game for the Colts.
I've never seen a team that just barely makes so many first downs. They very seldom pick up a first down by more than a half a yard or a yard, something such as that. Seems their Baltimore Colts are involved in more measurements than any team I know, but usually they make the first down. Very seldom are they short, but they play it very close to the vest, just enough to get the first down all the time.
The ball at the Miami 17-yard line. Baltimore has possession, first down, 10 yards to go. We have 7 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in the half.
See, Bubba Smith standing over on the sidelines now appears to be all right, I would imagine the next time the Colts go on defense, Bubba might be back in the ball game.
Miami leads 7-0. An 80-yard touchdown drive in 2 plays with a 75-yard pass from Greasy to Warfield. And Baltimore now moving from their own 18 to the Miami 17-yard line. Slot on the right side. Unitas the quarterback. His running backs are split. McCauley climbs up, finds a hole to the 15-yard line, flips a tackle to the 12-yard line. Jake Scott finally brought him down. And Don McCauley, the rookie from North Carolina who carried the ball only 58 times during the regular season, goes to the 12-yard line.
Nice bit of running by McCauley. Bill Stanfield, the defensive end of the Dolphins, had him trapped, and Stanfield's a good one. When he has you trapped, there aren't too many people who get away from that. McCauley broke away and did a nice bit of individual running, picking up about 6 yards.
McCauley now has 33 yards in 9 carries. It is second down and 4 yards to go for the first down. Unitas takes Nottingham to the line of scrimmage. That is it. Bob Hines, the defensive right tackle, was there. Bill Stanfield also in on the play. It will be third down and 4 yards to go for the first down. And the chant of defense goes up by the some 76,000 fans here. Third down, 4 yards to go for the first down at the Miami 12-yard line. Unitas on the draw. Nottingham to the 9, close to the first down. Doug Smith, the strong linebacker, was there. The Colts will come up about a yard shy of the first down. The officials want to check the measurement again. Fourth down, less than a yard. Matty comes in. Dennis Nelson comes in. John Mackey comes in. Perkins, Hinton, and McCauley all go out. The Colts will go for the first down. Cornish comes in on defense, the 5-man front. The 9-yard line, fourth down. Call it a yard to go for the first down. Double tight end, high formation. Nottingham and Matty, the running backs. Unitas, the quarterback. Matty comes in motion near side. Nottingham dives. It will be close. Nick County, Manny Fernandez, Bob Hines, Frank Cornish were all there.
From here, I'd say it's going to be very, very close. To see whether the Colts made it or not, they have to go down to about the 7.5-yard line, and it's very close to that. If I were to guess right now, I'd say no, they didn't quite make it.
That was the 13th play in the drive that started at the Baltimore 18-yard line, and the change will come on. Unitas is there to check for the Baltimore Colts. Nick County is there to check for the Miami Dolphins. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Miami leads 7-0. The chains are on the field.
And my guess is they're about 9 inches short.
Down, stretch, the crowd says George is right. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. Charlie Jones and George Ratterman. Miami leads 7-0. The Dolphins have possession now at their own 8-yard line as they take over on down. Miami, field position offensively, have started drives from their own 20 twice, from the 24, from their own 10, and now from their own 8-yard line.
And very seldom do you see that. The Colts driving that far down the field and not getting a score out of it. Their offense wasn't all that great statistically this year, but Unitas is the kind of quarterback, when he gets down close, he'll either get a touchdown or they'll be able to get the field goal. They used 7 minutes up in the drive, a little over 7 minutes there, and came up with no score at all. Very unusual for the Colts.
5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. The quarterback is Bob Greasy. Timeout on the field with the score, Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. Jim Kick has picked up 2 yards to the 10-yard line. Miami has the ball, second down and 8, the ball at their own 10-yard line. Bob Greasy, the quarterback, he was being massaged in the back of his neck. while the Dolphins were on defense after taking that shot from Curtis, and Larry Zonka goes to the 17-yard line. Mike Curtis makes the tackle. Fred Miller was also there, and defensively, Bubba Smith is back in action for Baltimore. Jim Mandich comes in. Howard Twilley comes out. The Dolphins will have two tight ends, Meyer Fleming and Jim Mandich, in the ball game. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Zonka now 16 yards and 5 carries in the ball game. Miami is 0 for 3 in 3rd down opportunities. 3rd down and a yard to go. I formation. Bob Greasy, the quarterback. Warfield, the flanker, right side. Kick. This will be close. Jim kick.
He's
into
short.
the middle of the line.
Don't think he made it.
Billy Newsom was the first man there for the Colt defense, and George Wright again as the kicking team comes aboard for Miami. Larry Seifel will be punting. Seifel in this ball game, a 40.7-yard punting average. Rick Vogt, the deep back, on the return. He sets up at the 45-yard line of Baltimore. Mike Colin is in. He snaps on long punt. High snap, has it. Here's the boot. Sails a beauty. Both gives ground, 35-yard line of Baltimore. To the right side, returns to the 41. 6 yards on the return, a 46-yard kick, and Mike Colin, the center, and Lloyd Mumford were there for Miami. 3 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Baltimore has the ball at their own 41-yard line. Timeout here in the second period with the score Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. Baltimore from their own 41-yard line. Ray Perkins in motion right side. Unitas back to throw. Unitas is in trouble. Johnny will scramble. Fumble, a scramble for the football. Baltimore recovers. One signal says Miami recovers. One official signal that Miami recovered, the other signal that Baltimore recovered, and it is Baltimore. Riley and Fernandez were battling for it, and Bob Bogle, the offensive left tackle of Baltimore, came up with the football.
Unusual there with the two officials right on the play. One signaling that Baltimore had it, the other signaling the Colts had it. I think they were in agreement. The one official just inadvertently stuck up the wrong arm.
The ball back at the Baltimore 37-yard line, a loss of 4, 2nd and 14. 4 linebackers in for Miami. 3-man rush. Unitas back to throw. Lots of time. He throws deep right side. Hinton comes down with it. And he has the ball at the 43-yard line as he was hit by Mike Colin and Lloyd Mumford right along the sideline. But he came down with the ball at the 43-yard line of Miami, first down.
Nice pass by Unitas. He couldn't rifle that one into Hinton because there was a linebacker between Unitas and Hinton on the play. So he had to throw it high enough, had to put enough loft on it to get it over the linebacker, which makes it more difficult to complete because that gives the defensive secondary more time to recover and get back to the receiver.
Baltimore at the Miami 43-yard line. Unitas gives to McCauley. McCauley sweep right side. Inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Manny Fernandez cuts him down there along with Nick Buoniconti. It will be 2nd down and 6. This is the 4th time in the ball game that Baltimore has been inside the Miami 40-yard line. They missed 2 field goal attempts, and they were held at the 8-yard line as the Dolphins took over on down. Miami on offense, their furthest penetration, excluding the 75-yard touchdown pass, has been their own 47-yard line. 2nd down, 6, Baltimore. 39-yard line of Miami. Unitas back to throw. Dumps it off right side. In the right flat to McCauley. He catches it at the 33, dives to the 31. As the first down, Doug Swift was there, the strong linebacker for the Dolphins. 2 minutes now remaining in the first half, and the 2-minute warning will be given to both benches. Baltimore owning the football at the Miami 31-yard line as both benches are given the 2-minute warning. The ball is on the hash mark, far side of the field, 20 yards in. and Baltimore is moving from our right to our left. Unitas thus far in the ball game has completed 8 of 13 passes for a total of 122 yards. The only score in the ball game came with 6 minutes 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter. An 80-yard touchdown try for Miami. The touchdown pass, 75 yards from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield. For Greasy, his 19th touchdown pass of this complete season, and for Warfield, his 12th touchdown that he has scored.
Colts out there in a huddle doing a bit of house cleaning. Their water boy came out and spilled a bucket of ice close to the spot where Unitas could be setting up the pass on the next play or so, and so they want to remove the ice. Remember, this is artificial playing surface, and the ice just stays there. It's not going to melt into the grass, and that could make it very slippery indeed. It's about 9 yards behind the ball, but close enough, so presumably Unitas could retreat back there and lose his footing.
George, the game offensively has actually been dominated by the Colts, with the defense of the Dolphins holding at the key opportunities with the 2 field goal attempts and then holding on downs inside their own 10-yard line. And the only offense that the Dolphins have managed to crank up has been that 75-yard touchdown pass. Greasy, 1 out of 3. Now Baltimore set to go to work, first down. Miami 31-yard line. Unitas, the quarterback, slot near side, gives to McCauley, dives over the right side. The line of scrimmage of 31. He comes down at the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 as Mike Colon and Jim Riley were there for Miami. Don McCauley, the rookie from North Carolina, replacing Tom Matty as a running back for Baltimore, has now carried the ball 11 times, and he has a total of 41 yards. Unitas fakes, rolls behind, throws back to the left side, tight end, incomplete 10-yard line. Tom Mitchell, the intended receiver, he and Jake Scott were both going for the football. Scott really had a better opportunity, George, but neither could get there.
Scott had both hands on the ball, came very, very close to intercepting that. Ed Mitchell well covered on that play. Scott wasn't the only one over there. There were a couple of Dolphins with him, but Scott was the closest to the ball when it came down.
It will be 3rd down and 7. This is the 7th third down situation that Baltimore has faced, and they have converted only 2 of the previous 6. And we have 1 minute 22 seconds remaining in the first half as Miami holds on to a 7-0 lead. 3rd down and 7. The flankers to the right side. Hit and miss bit wide near side. Unitas holds both backs in, goes deep to the tight end, overthrows him at the 3-yard line. Anderson was there. It will be 4th down and 7, and the ball at the 28-yard line. Jim O'Brien coming in, Earl Morrow coming in, field goal attempt upcoming. O'Brien 0 for 2 in the ball game. He has missed from the 47, he has missed from the 48. This will be an attempt of 35 yards. Coming into the ball game during the regular season, O'Brien 20 of 29 field goal attempts. 0 for 2 this afternoon. Arms outstretched by Morrow. Ball is down. The boot is blocked. Floyd Mumford blocks it. Miami will take over again. Listen to this crowd. Who blocked Skinnerud at Kansas City a week ago. Doug Swift came up with a football. Miami has possession at their own 32-yard line, first down. Mumford, number 26, 5'10", 180-pounder, the captain of the Miami specialty team.
I don't recall any football season when there have been more field goals blocked in important situations. The Colts blocked 7 field goals this season. It used to be that very seldom would a team block more than 1 or 2 in an entire season.
O'Brien is now 0 for 3. He has missed from the 47, from the 48, and now from the 35. Miami on It's Bob Greasy, the quarterback, a 55% completion average coming into the ball game, has completed only one pass, 3 attempts, 75 yards, the only score. Warfield split to the near side. Twilly is flanked outside of him. Zokin kicks the running back. Miami moving from left to right. 1 minute, 6 seconds remaining, second quarter. Greasy rolling to the right side, wants to throw. Lots of time, fires, complete, 49-yard line. Twilly, Baltimore territory, out of bounds.
1 minute to go here. They're down now to the Colts 48-yard line, 48 and a half, and the Dolphins, of course, would like nothing better to at least get close enough so that Ephraim would have a crack at a field goal. Going into the dressing room leading by 10 points instead of 7 would make quite a difference to the Miami Dolphins and to the Baltimore Colts.
19 yards on the play. 5th first down in the ballgame for Miami. Just inside the Baltimore 49-yard line. Kick the only remaining back. 2 flankers right side. Larry Zaka, Howard Twilly. Greasy rolling left. Goes deep over the middle to Zaka. Intercepted at the 10-yard line by Jerry Logan. Baltimore has the football as Jerry Logan, the strong safety, intercepted Bob Greasy at the Baltimore 10-yard line. The Colts take over now with 50 seconds remaining in the first half.
Ball was underthrown by Greasy that time. Nice play by Logan, but really a bad pass, an underthrown pass by Greasy. Of course, he wanted to make certain if he had an interception, it would come on a long one. The Colts now are backed up to their own 10-yard line. He didn't want to have a short one intercepted so that the Colts might be able to get back and have a crack at a field goal. It'd be very difficult for the Colts with just 40 seconds remaining, 35 seconds remaining to get in field goal position.
The clock is moving Baltimore from their own 10-yard line. United States spin. Nottingham into the middle of the line. Baltimore, George, I believe, as Manny Fernandez makes the tackle, will be content to let the clock run out, and we'll go into halftime trailing Miami by a score of 7-0. And Miami is not content. The Dolphins stop the clock now with 15 seconds remaining as Miami wants one more opportunity to have the football.
Have a difficult time getting it because there are only 15 seconds, even if they call timeouts after the next 2 plays. Each play will take about 5 seconds to run anyway. They perhaps could force a fourth down situation where the Colts would have to punt it here with about 5 seconds remaining in the half.
Second down, 9 yards to go. A pickup of a yard on the last play. The ball on the hash mark far side of the field, 20 yards in. Baltimore with the wide side of the field to their left. They put the slot on the short side of the field or the far side, and the backs are split. Second down, 9 yards to go. United States gives to McCauley. He's to the line of scrimmage. That is it. Jim Riley was there for Miami, and the Dolphins will again stop the clock. They will have a timeout remaining. McCauley has 41 yards and 12 carries in the first half. Nottingham has 24 yards and 8 carries in the first half, and we have 8 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
And either the Dolphins were a little slow in calling the timeout, or they couldn't get the officials' attention because it just took about 3 seconds to run that play. But then another 4 seconds ran by before they could get the official to stop the clock. 8 seconds left. Dolphins still have 1 timeout, which they could use after the next play, but the next play, even if the running play into the line, is going to take 4 or 5 seconds. So presumably they could force the Colts to punt with just 1 or 2 seconds remaining in the first half.
This is the 8th time that Baltimore has faced this third down situation. It's 3rd and now. 3rd and 9. They've converted only 2. McCauley sweep near side is hit first by Dick Anderson at the 15-yard line. Comes down at the 16 as time expires here in the first half. That is the end of the first half with the score, Miami 7, Baltimore nothing.
Ready for the second half kickoff.
Garo Euphremian will be kicking off for Miami. Don McCauley and Charlie Pittman, the deep back. Second half is underway. The ball bounces at the 5 into the end zone. It is picked up by Pittman. Pittman to the 15, 18-yard line, dropped at the 20-yard line. 21 yards on the return. Jim Mandich made the tackle for Miami. George, one other question as we start this second half. At kickoff time, the temperature is 71 degrees. It is muggy. Humidity 81%. It's about the same. It hasn't cooled off that much. An advantage for the Dolphins. They're used to this kind of weather.
But as we pointed out before, the ones who wear down more quickly are the big defensive linemen, and the Dolphins have been on the field defensively a lot more than the Colts.
Unitas throwing on first down. The pass is incomplete at the 38-yard line. Eddie Hinton, the intended receiver, had a hand on it. Curtis Johnson and Jake Scott in the zone defense for the Miami Dolphins. It will be second down and 10 yards to go. Baltimore controlling their own 20-yard line. Miami leads 7-0. We are in the opening 29 seconds of the second half.
Perfect pass by Unitas that time. Should have been completed. You can't do any more than hit the receiver in the hands as he did on that occasion.
Ray Perkins comes wide to the near side. Mitchell, the tight end's on the right side, and Hinton is split far side. Unitas in the pocket. Is going to scramble. Cut down at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. It will be third down and 6. Making the play defensively for Miami was Mike Colon, the weak side linebacker. Third down and 6. Baltimore facing its ninth third down situation. They have converted only 2.
Crowd holds its breath every time Unitas has to run with the ball. When 38-year-old people start running in the National Football League, it can be dangerous.
Call it 3rd and 5 and the ball at the 25. It's closer to the 25 than the 24. And Jim Riley, the defensive left end for Miami, came across and made contact. Let's see if he was drawn off. The penalty will go against Baltimore. Set the ball back at the 20-yard line. It will be third down and 10. As Riley was drawn off, and George, we're beginning to get some crosstalk between the offensive and defensive linemen as tempers are beginning to wear down a bit.
They're usually not friendly to begin with.
Matheson comes in, 3-man rush, 4 linebackers on a 3rd and 10 situation. Perkins comes in motion from left to right to the near side. Unitas sets up deep. The pass is complete. First down. 39-yard line. Curtis Johnson made the tackle. As Eddie Hinton got the pass at the 39-yard line, a gain of 19, first down.
And that's the exact same spot where Unitas threw one just a moment ago when the ball was dropped. So evidently he feels that particular spot is a weakness in the Dolphins' defense. He really drilled that one in. There were 4 Dolphins fairly close to the ball when it was completed downfield, but he split the gap, as they say, in the zone.
Frank Cornish comes in at defensive tackle. So now with a standard defensive set, and 3 linebackers are in. Slot right side, first down. Baltimore moving from their own 39 left to right. Sweet McCauley is hit at the line of scrimmage. May have a yard. Curtis Johnson moved up from defensive right corner. 6'1", 196-pounder to make the play for Miami. Jim Riley, a defensive left end, 6'4", 250, was the second man there. Unitas, now 142 yards to the air, 9 of 17 passes. Eddie Hinton, 3 receptions, 66 yards, the leading receiver for the Baltimore Colts. Mark the ball at the 40-yard line, second down and 9. Unitas back to throw, 3 men on the pattern. Forward in the pocket, he'll be wrapped up, he'll lose. Manny Fernandez was there. Drops him at the 37-yard line, it will be third down and 12. They say, George, the difference of the Baltimore zone is the pressure put on by their front 4. The Dolphins are getting that same type of pressure from Jim Riley, Manny Fernandez, Frank Cornish, and Bill Stanfield.
They've done an excellent job tonight, particularly when they've been forced to do it, when they've been backed up and when they've had to play defense. Of course, they have one advantage, you might say, in rushing the passer, and that Johnny Unitas is not nearly as mobile in moving about as Bob Greasy is. He's a more difficult passer to rush because he can run pretty effectively.
12 minutes, 12 seconds remaining, third quarter. Miami leads 7-0. 2 men in the slot far side. Perkins comes in motion near side. Third down and 12. Unitas to throw. The pass is up. It is complete. Eddie Hinton. Fumble. It is recovered by Miami. The ball has been blown dead. It is shy of the first down. Bonacotti made the play. The ball was blown dead. Jake Scott was also there. 47-yard line. It was third and 12. They picked up 10. It will be fourth down and a couple, and Baltimore will be kicking.
Interesting bit of side play down here on the Dolphins sideline. One of the assistant coaches, I don't know which one it was, charged out on the field. Don Shula ran out and practically tackled him, dragged him back to the sideline. Had a few unkind words to say to him about yelling at the officials.
David Lee punting. First punt of the ball game for Baltimore. Jake Scott is the deep back. Jake takes his 7-yard line. In trouble at the 10, avoids the tackler. Still on his feet at the 14, to the 15, to the 20, the 22-yard line. 44 yards on the punt, 15 yards on the return, and Charlie Pittman made the tackle for the Colts. Miami moving on offense now for the first time in the second half.
There's a fellow there who amazes me, Jake Scott. I never thought of him as being that nifty, but he ended up this year second in punt returns in the American Conference. Averaged 9.6 yards every time he ran one back.
Miami's ball, their own 21-yard line, moving from right to left. First down, 10 yards to go. Just under 11 minutes remaining, third quarter. Greasy's the quarterback. Lots of times from the I formation. He gives to Larry Zonka the first back through. Zonka on sheer power. Brought down by Ted Hendricks, the strong linebacker of Baltimore, along with the weak side linebacker Ray May. And the officials spot the ball at the 29-yard line. A gain of 8. It will be second down and 2. Zonka, 6 carries, 25 yards for Miami. Warfield splits to the near side. Howard Twilley is the flanker right. Marv Fleming, the tight end, is open on the right side, and the backs are closed to the weak side. The give is to Jim Kick. Zonka, the lead block, across the 30, near the 31-yard line as Bubba Smith was there. And George will be about a half yard shy of the first down, although the officials will measure, they say.
Thought that was my job to predict these measurements here, infringing on my territory here.
I thought the official was going to measure. He's only pointing it out to Larry Little, one of the offensive captains. You would agree a half yard.
About 2 feet.
Miami 0 for 4 in third down conversions. Their 5th opportunity. Jim Mandich is in. Double tight end Twilley has come out. Warfield, the flanker near side. Third down and 2 feet to go for the first down. Miami, their own 31. Greasy, lots of time. Takes. Zonka dives right side. First down, Dolphins. First time in the ballgame they've converted on third down as Mike Curtis, the middle linebacker, makes the tackle for Baltimore. And again, Ray May was there for the Colts. Mark it at the 33. First down, 10. 9 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. American Football Conference Championship game from the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. Slot on the right side. Warfield steps up to be a split end, and Howard Twilley is the flanker outside of him. Marv Fleming is the tight end near side. A confusion in the offensive set. Bob Greasy called for timeout.
Only thing you can do in a situation such as that, where your offensive men obviously are confused by what you've said in the huddle. They don't know where to line up. You can't go back to the huddle and call another play, or you'll get called for too much time, but you sure hate to use up one of your timeouts uselessly.
Timeout here in the third quarter with the score, Miami 7, Baltimore nothing.
Now, a 1972 Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge, cars of the Chrysler Corporation. Torque flight transmission, unibody construction, torsion bar suspension. And now, the Chrysler Corporation is in front again with electronic ignition, which means more dependable ignition voltage, up to 35% more voltage to fire the spark plugs at starting, and less need for ignition tune-ups. Engineering excellence in every Chrysler Corporation car. That's what we're driving at.
Extra care in engineering.
Chrysler Corporation announces electronic ignition. There are no points to wear out, no condenser to replace. The system is virtually maintenance-free.
Extra care in engineering.
Isn't it time you took a ride in one of the Chrysler Corporation cars?
Chrysler Corporation cars.
Your Dodge or Chrysler Plymouth dealer will arrange it.
Chrysler Corporation cares.
And you take extra care, too. Buckle up.
8 minutes, 54 seconds remaining, third quarter. Miami leads 7-0. They have the ball first down. Let's call it their own 34-yard line. It's closer to the 34 than the 33. Slot near side. Warfield comes back. The reverse, the fake of the reverse to Warfield. Screen near side. Overthrows Larry Zonka.
Same play that the Colts used in the first half, faking first the handoff up the middle, then faking the reverse, coming back to the other side with the screen pass. Greasy was rushed, though, and had to lob the ball up in the air. He didn't have a good throw at Zonka, who was out there to catch the screen, and so it got thrown away, went for an incompleted pass.
Roy Hilton, defensive right end for Baltimore, was applying the pressure to Greasy as Doug Crusan and Bob Kuchenberg, the offensive left tackle and left guard, were in front of that screen. It will be second down and 10. Miami from their own 34. The ball on the hash mark, 20 yards in from the far side of the field. Two wide receivers near side. A man on the right wing, that's Zonka. 5 men on the pattern. Greasy's pass to Howard Twilley. He has it 47-yard line of Miami. And Fred Miller comes from 20 yards away to argue with Hugh Gamber, the back judge, on the call. And George, as you know, arguing with officials like talking in your helmet. He has no chance.
And Miller ended up arguing with Don Shula down there. Had a few unkind things to say to him. Shula coming right back with a couple of remarks, probably trying to upset Miller. Ball appeared to be underthrown, but a beautiful catch. The receiver came back and got the ball before it hit the ground. Miller said he didn't, but the official said he did. I really don't know if Greasy threw it that way intentionally, but that's the only way the pass could have been completed.
7th first down in the ball game for Miami from their own 47-yard line. The give is to Zonka. Zonka to the 50. A gain of 3 yards. Rick Vogt, the first man there. Rex Kern was the second man for Baltimore.
And things are getting a little bitter down there. The play ended up in front of the Dolphins bench. It appeared that Mike Curtis, the linebacker for the Colts, came over and threw an elbow at Coach Don Shula of the Dolphins as he ran by the sideline.
Mark it at the Baltimore 49-yard line and add another yard. A gain of 4 will be second down and 7. Greasy has completed 3 of 7 passes, 108 yards through the air, 1 touchdown, 75 yards to Paul Warfield, the only score. He has suffered 1 interception. That was by Jerry Logan. Zonka, 33 yards on the ground and 8 carries. Second down, 7. Greasy back to throw. In the pocket, in trouble. Scrambles. Cannot get out of the pocket as Bubba Smith wraps him up at the 44-yard line of Miami. A loss of 7 yards on the play. It will be third down and 14. Jim Mandich comes in. Marv Fleming comes out, a change at tight end for the Dolphins. Third down, 14. This is the 6th time in the ball game Miami has faced a third down situation. They have picked up the first down only once of the previous 5 times. 2 wide receivers go to the far side, and Larry Zonka comes on the near wing. The remaining back offset to the right is Jim Keck. Jim Bailey is in on defense. Quick pitch to Keck. He's in trouble. He wants to throw the halfback pass. Norm Evans, the defensive right tackle, was jammed back into Jim Keck as the defensive line of Baltimore simply overpowering the offensive line of Miami.
And it appeared that he wanted to throw a halfback pass, but I didn't see any receivers going downfield. I don't know whether he just got excited and wanted to get rid of the ball and avoid a long loss or what.
Larry Seipel will now be kicking on a 4th down and 18. He has a 42-yard average in the ball game. Rick Vogt to return it. He's at the 23-yard line of the Colts. The rush is on. A beauty. Vogt takes it over his shoulder at the 9-yard line. Returns to the near side to the 13-yard line. Jim Langer. And burns in. Herter makes the tackle. 49 yards on the punt. Timeout here in the third quarter with the score. Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. Along with George Ratterman, this is Charlie Jones. We have 5 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter of the American Football Conference Championship game. The last step to the Super Bowl. Miami leads 7-0. Baltimore has the ball first down their own 13-yard line. Unitas is the quarterback. Perkins wide to the near side. Hinton is wide to the far side. Unitas wants to throw. 4 men on the pattern. Dumps the short screen near side, incomplete to Nottingham. Tim Foley moved up on the defensive coverage. It will be second down and 10, the ball at the 13-yard line. The front four for Miami is now Jim Riley, Frank Cornish, Bob Hines, and Bill Stanfield. As Manny Fernandez is not in the ball game at this time on defense. There was a flag on the play, the options being discussed with the Miami Dolphins. Offensive pass interference is the preliminary signal. It is refused. It will be third down and 10, and the ball still at the 13-yard line. That would have been half the distance to the goal. Check it, it's only second down. I'm sorry, as they refused it. Second down and 10. Number of plays, Miami 29, Baltimore 47 thus far. Second and 10, sweep to the far side, Don McCauley, two blockers in front. Around the corner, he has 3 steps as Curtis Johnson makes the play for Miami. Outside the 15, they will mark the ball at the 16-yard line. No, the 17-yard line, the officials say. A gain of 4, it is third down and 6.
And the Dolphins would really like to hold the Colts here because if they could force a punt from this point on the field, the Dolphins wouldn't be too far out of field goal range.
Unitas has completed 10 of 19 passes, 151 yards. Baltimore, 3 of 10 third down conversions. Lots of time. Unitas goes deep, hit, and is there. It is knocked away. Johnson knocked it away. Anderson has the ball, 40-yard line of Baltimore. 35, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Tim Foley, Doug Swift, and Bob Hines on the return. We have it at 65 yards. We'll check it officially.
And we have some beautiful blocks on that return, too.
The opinion adds the point after. Fans are going crazy in Miami.
How many?
76,000. I lost 30,000 on the return.
I didn't think there were any quiet ones there.
Dick Anderson, after the ball had been tipped by Curtis Johnson.
There's some great blocks on that return. A nice run by Anderson. Boy, he was a tired fellow by the time he got to the end zone. He caught it sort of over toward the right side of the field, ran over to that sideline, cut all the way back across the field. Seemed to be cornered down around the 10-yard line, but broke out toward the middle again.
We'll mention again Doug Swift, Bob Hines, Tim Foley, key blocks, your premium to kick off. McCauley and Pittman are deep. In the end zone, Pittman will not run it out. Baltimore will have the ball their own 20-yard line. Miami now leads 14-0 with 4:33 remaining third quarter. Baltimore at their own 20-yard line, first and 10.
And I think we'll see the Dolphins secondary dropping off a bit now, willing to give the Colts a short pass, but not willing to surrender the long one. On the other hand, Unitas has plenty of time, and he's the kind of quarterback to take what he can get. I think he'll stick with his short game and try to pick them apart.
Tom Matty is in with Nottingham. The pass to Nottingham, left side in the flat. Just to the line of scrimmage, if that, as Mike Nolan was there for Miami. The officials will spot the ball at the 20-yard line. It will be second down and 10 yards to go. Bob Matheson comes in on defense. Frank Cornish comes out, 3-man rush, 4 linebackers. Running back split. Perkins wide near side, Hinton wide far side. Unitas to throw. Over the middle, Perkins has it. To the 29-yard line, Ray Perkins. Nick Buonacani drops him at the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a yard, and Perkins shaken up on the play. Officials timeout. The trainers come on to check Ray Perkins.
And John really drilled that one in, I want to tell you.
Perkins' second reception in the ball game. And Willie Richardson will be in to replace him. Timeout on the field here in the 3rd quarter with the score. Miami 14, Baltimore nothing. This is Charlie Jones and George Ratterman. Miami leading Baltimore 14-0. 65-yard interception for a touchdown by Dick Anderson. Tom Nowatzki is in as a running back. Willie Richardson has replaced Ray Perkins. Nottingham dives, first down. From the 29 to the 32 on a 3rd and 1 opportunity. That is the 4th time in the ball game that Baltimore has converted out of 12 opportunities on 3rd down. Bob Matheson made the tackle for Miami. Unitas 160 yards through the air, 12 of 22, one interception that cost him a score. Jim O'Brien is now in as a wide receiver near side. Hinton goes in motion far side. Unitas throws incomplete. John Mackey is now the tight end. Hinton could not get to the football. Maddie comes in. Nowatzki comes out for Baltimore. Curtis Johnson, the defensive play. So Baltimore has some problems in their offensive sets now due to injuries, George.
And it appeared that John Unitas threw that ball before his receivers were ready for it. They hadn't turned around, weren't looking at him yet. I didn't know that he had all that pressure on him, but some mix-up between John and his receivers on that play.
From the I formation, Don Nottingham and Tom Matty, the running backs. O'Brien split to the near side, Hinton far side. Delayed screen right side to Nottingham. He is sacked by Mike Colin, who read it from 15 yards away. Matty into the left flat. The fake to Matty, the throw back to Nottingham. Colin read it all the way. Nottingham, momentarily shaken up, will go out of the lineup. Nowatzki comes in to replace him. O'Brien goes out and Ray Perkins is back in, who was shaken up a moment ago. And Manny Fernandez is back in on defense for Miami. And the ball is at the 26-yard line, a loss of 6, 3rd down 16. Frank Cornish came out limping out of the defensive line of Miami, and Fernandez, we understand, is also being bothered by some injuries in the ballgame, and he's been out the last couple of defensive stands for the Dolphins. 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Miami leading by a score of 14-0 on the 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield about midway in the 1st quarter, and then with 4:39 remaining here in the 3rd, Dick Anderson, a 65-yard return of an interception of a John Unitas pass that was tipped first by Curtis Johnson. 3rd and 16. Baltimore from left to right from their own 26. One remaining back, that's Nowatzki. Unitas back to throw. Everybody's out. John has to hurry. The pass is complete, close to the 1st down. Buoniconti made the tackle on Eddie Hinton. The officials spot the ball at the 42-yard line.
That's a close one. And I thought where he came down, quite frankly, he didn't have the 1st down, but the official put it up a little farther than I thought it was, and I believe they have the 1st down where that ball is right now.
And the chains come on for the measurement. And as you mentioned in the 1st half, Baltimore seems to always win on the close measurement. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. That is the 12th 1st down of the ball game, as Baltimore does have it at their own 42-yard line. Eddie Hinton has 5 receptions, 93 yards. John Mackey is the tight end at the Baltimore 42. 1st down Colts. Unitas throws. Complete over the middle to Hinton. Had it at the 49, hit back at the 47, and then to about the 48-yard line as he was jostled back and forth. Jim Riley and Manny Fernandez finally brought him down, but he took a beating coming across the middle.
He got bumped by a few people and lost ground as he tried to circle out and pick up additional yardage. Would have been better off if he would have fallen down just right where he caught the ball.
Buoniconti and Colin were the men fighting him for Miami. Let's call it the 48-yard line of Baltimore, just shy of that point. Now with 1:57 remaining third quarter. The Dolphins lead it by a score of 14-0. Dallas is already in the Super Bowl, 2 weeks away. On the draw, Nowatzki to the 49, maybe the 48-yard line of Miami. Jim Riley makes the tackle. Call it the Miami 48, a gain of 4, again close to the first down. The clock is still moving. The officials will not move the chains in. Mark it a half yard to go. Tom Mitchell comes in. Ed Hinton comes out for Baltimore. 2 tight ends. 1 minute 17 and counting third quarter. Miami leads 14-0. Perkins a flanker near side. Matty and Nowatzki are the running backs. Unitas. Nowatzki dives. First down. Bonacotti and Colin, along with Stanfield, all had a hand on the defensive play. Eddie Hinton comes back into the offense, and Tom Mitchell comes out. And the ball is placed at the 47-yard line, first down. Baltimore has converted 3 third-down opportunities in this drive. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 16, 3rd and a half. First down, Miami 47. Split back. Unitas, quick pass, near side. Perkins has it out of bounds, 43-yard line. A gain of 4. Tim Foley bumps him out. Will be second down and 6, and that stops the clock with 31 seconds remaining third quarter. Cornish comes in. Fernandez comes out. Defensive line, Miami.
And John Unitas running his offense very well here at the moment, mixing up his plays extremely well. Came through with a key third down pass just a few moments ago. If they had had the kick in and hadn't made that first down, Dolphins had all the momentum, would have been in pretty good field position again, but that was really a key play when he completed the pass at third down and picked up the first down.
Faking the draw, Unitas back to throw, goes deep, interception. Andy at the football, 26-yard line, Jake Scott. Unitas now 16 of 27, 184 yards, 2 interceptions.
Ball may have been deflected as it went downfield. I'm not sure. It appeared that the defensive lineman may have hit it and sent it just a bit off course. I'm not positive of that.
First down, Miami, their own 26. 9 seconds remaining third quarter. The Dolphins lead it by a score of 14-0. They may not get the play off. Jake Scott, who made the interception, may have hurt his arm. The gun's down. The crowd roars. That is the end of the third quarter. The score, Miami 14, Baltimore nothing. We are 15 minutes away from the Super Bowl. Sweep near side, Larry Zonka, Little the lead guard. To the 30-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6 as Bubba Smith was the first man there for the Colts and Jim Bailey was the second. The crowd here tonight at the Orange Bowl, the largest to ever see the Dolphins play. 78,629, 78629. Zonka, 37 yards and 9 carries. 2 wide receivers far side. Zonka's on the right wing. Miami moving from our left to our right from their own 30-yard line. The give is to Jim Kick. He'll have 1 yard. That is it. Into the arms of Bubba Smith. Jerry Logan was the second man there for Baltimore. Mark it at the 31-yard line. The officials know they're going to mark it at the 32-yard line. It'll be third down and 4. Miami has converted only 1 third down opportunity in the ball game, and this is the 7th that they have faced. The 75-yard touchdown pass and the 65-yard interception return, the only scores in the ball game. Miami leads 14-0. 13 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Third down and 4. The Dolphins want to hold possession and run the clock down. Greasy takes, back to throw. Rolls to the left side, being chased by Billy Newsome. Greasy's in trouble. He slips under everybody to the turf at the 23-yard line. Jim Bailey was there, and Rex Kern had moved up from the secondary. So with the ball at the 23, a loss of 9. It'll be fourth down and 13, and Larry Seifel will be kicking.
Greasy was extremely careful then. He certainly didn't want to put the ball in the air while he was running. Perhaps throw it off balance, allow an interception. He wants to be extremely careful that they have no fumbles, no interceptions at this point.
Seipel, 43.4-yard average on 5 punts today. Rick Vogt, fair catch, moves under it. 38-yard line of Baltimore. There's timeout here in the fourth quarter. The score, Miami 14, Baltimore nothing.
With Charlie Jones, this is George Ratterman here at the Orange Bowl in Miami with 13 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter of the American Football Conference Championship game. The Miami Dolphins lead the Baltimore Colts 14-0.
Baltimore moving from our right to our left. Exactly 13 minutes remaining in the ballgame. First down, Colts, their own 38-yard line. Tom Nowatzki, Tom Matty are the running backs. Unitas is blocked. He is sacked at the 29-yard line. Bob Heinz was there. A loss of 9. It will be 2nd and 19. With the exception of the 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield midway in the first quarter, it has been the Miami defense. They have done it every time they needed to, George.
And it would appear at this point in the game, as you mentioned a moment ago, Charlie, with all these injuries now on the Baltimore side, their offense seems to be breaking down a bit on each play. Why somebody seems to miss a block.
Unitas has been sacked 3 times. He's lost 18 yards attempting to throw. He's back again. It is low, but it is complete at the 36-yard line to Tom Matty. Nick Buonacani, the middle linebacker, had picked up Matty when he came out of the backfield. It will be 3rd down and 12. Matty's first reception, a gain of 6 on the play.
And even though it was a relatively short pass, thrown quickly by John Unitas, he got dumped again after he threw it. They were in on him very quickly that time.
Vern Denherter, the rookie from Central of Iowa, in on defense. Unitas, 17 of 29, 190 yards, 2 interceptions, back to throw, 3rd down and 12. Loops one near side, Eddie Head knocked away at the last moment by Curtis Johnson. Defensive right corner, he just got there in time. It will be 4th down. David Lee will be punting. Jake Scott operating with a broken left hand and now a bruised right elbow that he suffered in this ball game is back for the return. Lee has punted 1 time previously tonight for 44 yards. This one almost blocked, sails it away. At the 20-yard line is Jake Scott, heads to the near side. Is met by Charlie Pittman at the 26 and dropped at that point. 44 yards on the punt, 6 yards on the return. Miami has the football, 11:43 remaining. Miami 14, Baltimore nothing. Dolphins first down their own 26-yard line. Warfield goes wide to the far side. Twilley is a tight end on the right side. Fleming the tight end left side. Zaka and kick the running back. Larry Zaka. Pulling his way to the 35-yard line. 9 yards before Ted Hendricks can stop him. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Zaka this year, 1,051 yards during the regular season. One of 5 men in the National Football League to crack the 1,000-yard barrier. 2nd in rushing in the American Football Conference. His longest gain today of 9 yards, a total of 46 in 10 opportunities. 2nd down and 1. 10 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Split backs, kick and Zaka. Warfield flank far side. Twilley split near side. Jim kick. Should have the first down at the 37-yard line. Jim Bailey was there. And the second man was the middle linebacker for Baltimore, Mike Curtis.
And just as we mentioned a moment ago, the Baltimore Colts offensively seem to be breaking down a bit. The Miami Dolphins seem to be improving at this point in the game, showing a bit more offense, being a bit more consistent.
For the Dolphins, their 8th first down in the ball game. Baltimore has 13 first downs as a comparison. Miami, their own 37th. They lead 14-0. A 75-yard touchdown pass, a 65-yard interception. Jim Keck turns the left corner as he goes wide to the far side. Bob Kuchenberg, the lead guard, has about 3 yards to the 40 as Rex Kern moved up from defensive corner along with a strong safety, Jerry Logan. Mark the ball at the 40-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 7. Jim Keck now has 28 yards and 13 carries.
Clock continuing to move. 9 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the ball game. Dolphins ahead 14-0.
The crowd, 78,629. Greasy again with a long count. The first back through is Zonka. He rolls to about the 44, possibly the 45. Let's call it the 45. It'll be 3rd down and a couple as Fred Miller, the defensive captain, was there to reach out and pull him down. Jim Mandich will come in. Twilly will come out. We'll have 2 tight ends. This is the 8th time in the ball game the Dolphins have faced a 3rd down situation. Ironically, George, they've converted only 1. But they lead 14-0. First half, they shut off Baltimore 4 times inside their own 40-yard line, stopping them once at the 8, and the Colts missed on 3 field goals. Going deep, Warfield's alone, 25-yard line. Takes it to near side, 15, 10, 5 out of bounds. 3rd and 2. 5-yard line of Baltimore. 50 yards on the pass play from Greasy to Warfield.
And ironically enough, that's the kind of call that John Unitas is famous for. 3rd and short yardage, go for the bomb. Probably something that Don Shula picked up from Unitas when he was his coach up at Baltimore.
Warfield, after he caught the ball, came to a dead stop, gave a head fake as if to reverse, and then sweep to the left side.
Warfield did a beautiful job of faking as they lined up, too, because they had 2 tight ends, and Warfield, as the flanker, didn't even get too wide. He appeared to be edging in as if he were going to help in the blocking.
Warfield, 2 receptions, 125 yards, the first touchdown of the ball game. He scored from 75 yards out. This pass play on 3rd and 2 covered 50. Zonka touchdown. 5 yards away, Larry Zonka scores. Extra point attempt. 8 minutes, 4 seconds remaining. Arms outstretched. Here's the snap. The ball is down. The boot is good. There's timeout here in the 4th quarter with the score now. Miami 21, Baltimore nothing. 8 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the ball game. Garo Yepremian getting set to kick off. Miami leads it by a score of 21-0. On the return, Don McCauley far side, Pittman near side, Pittman at the goal line. Charlie's to the 10, Hess to the near side to the 20, 25, 30, 35, ridden out of bounds about the 38-yard line by Mike Colon. 38 yards on the kickoff return by Charlie Pittman. George, Miami has only 1 shutout in their history. That was earlier this season here. They shut out Buffalo by a score of 34-0. They now lead Baltimore 21-0 with 7 minutes, 52 seconds remaining.
And Charlie, this game is working out just exactly the opposite the way I thought it would. I thought in a tight game, and really aside from the 3 long scores by the Dolphins, it's been a very closely played ball game. But I thought in a game such as that, the Dolphins would break down first. They'd be the ones to make the mistakes. They had the fumbles or the interceptions. But it's been the Colts that have broken down on 3 occasions now.
First down and 10. Haverlack in the offensive set. The pass is to Haverlack. He caught it at about the 45-yard line, close to the near side, and goes to the 50 where Curtis Johnson, at defensive right corner, who's had an outstanding game, he tipped the ball that Anderson intercepted. He's been all over the playing field. Anderson caught the ball after it had been tipped and went 65 yards for the second score. And again, it was Johnson here with the play and marked the ball at the 50-yard line where it is first down Baltimore. 7 minutes, 20 seconds, and counting remaining in the ball game. Slot near side, one remaining back Unitas. He throws. Haverlack incomplete. Sam had it in his hands at the 37-yard line. He was hit by Jake Scott. Lost the ball, came down incomplete. Unitas 18 of 32, 203 yards, 2 interceptions. It'll be second and 10, the ball at the 50-yard line. Now with 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Miami leads by a score of 21-0. 75-yard touchdown pass to Paul Warfield. 65-yard interception return for a touchdown by Dick Anderson. Larry Zaka scoring from 5 yards out, capping the long drive. Unitas back to throw, second and 10. Right side complete. John Mackey, the tight end, has it. Doug Swift has Mackey. Mark the ball about the 42 or the 43-yard line. The officials say the 43. It'll be third down and 3, and Tipper's beginning to flare again.
And the Dolphins are definitely giving the Colts the short pass now. They feel with 6 minutes, 45 seconds left, 21-point lead, they can afford to give them the short ones as long as they don't get hit with the big bomb. That time, Mackey was struggling to get out of bounds after the reception to stop the clock. But the Colts managed to keep him inbound, so the clock continues to run. 6.5 minutes to go.
Third down and 3, 43-yard line of Miami. Unitas in the pocket. The pass is complete at the 30-yard line to Sam Haverlack. Anderson made the tackle, brought him down at the 25-yard line. So they convert on a third and 3, have a first down at the 25-yard line of Miami. Now with 6 minutes, 9 seconds remaining, and the clock continues to move. Ray Perkins comes to the near side. Haverlack goes wide to the far side. Willie Richardson is also in as a wide receiver. The pass is incomplete. Perkins, the intended receiver, and Curtis Johnson was there for Miami. 5 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the ball game. Miami 21, Baltimore nothing. Dallas already in the Super Bowl as they defeated San Francisco earlier today by a score of 14-3. And right now, the Miami Dolphins are only 5 minutes and 48 seconds away from the Super Bowl. Perkins goes wide to the far side. Eddie Hinton will be in the slot. Haverlack is the wide receiver near side. The remaining back is Tom Matty. He stays in the block. Unitas throws. This one is intercepted at the 20-yard line by Mike Golan. He returns to the 31. Miami has the football. For Mike Golan, the weak linebacker, that is his first interception of the season. 11 yards on the return. Third time in the ball game, Unitas has been intercepted. So Miami has the football. Their own, let's call it the 30-yard line, just shy of that point. First and 10. 5 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. Miami moving from left to right. Twilly wide to this side. Warfield, he's been the game breaker. Touchdown pass of 75 yards. Third and 2, and the long pass of 50 yards to the Baltimore 5, where Zaka went in. The give is to Jim Kick. Kick right side, all open by Larry Little and Norm Evans. He goes to the 37-yard line. It'll be second down and 3. The ball game all Miami from here in.
I don't think there's any way the Colts can possibly catch them at this point. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left. 21-0, Miami in the lead. Second down, about 2.5 yards to go for a first down. Momentum all with the Dolphins. They're looking good now running the ball. It appears that they will be able to perhaps not hold the ball for the remainder of the ball game, but grind out a few first downs here to keep the Colts from possibly getting 3 touchdowns.
Jim Kick, 35 yards and 14 carries. Kick again, jumps to the outside, has the first down. 44-yard line of Miami. A gain of 7, and it's 1st and 10. Ted Hendricks, a strong linebacker, and one of the great linebackers in the National Football League, was there to stop him. Miami at their own 44. Now with 4 minutes, 8 seconds remaining. Miami 21, Baltimore nothing. The 11th first down in the ball game for the Dolphins. And George Bob Greasy will use up as much time in each huddle as possible. He'll want to snap the ball about 29 seconds after it's been marked ready for play. Greasy again with a long count. Larry Zonka, kick with a block. Ray May with a tackle, 50-yard line. A gain of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4. Now 3 minutes, 28 seconds remaining.
And you can see Greasy look up at the clock at the end of every play, marking what the time is. As you mentioned, wanting to use the full 30 seconds to wait to get the ball in play. There are about 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining at the end of that play, so they have to start this one with 3 minutes remaining on the clock.
Miami scoring in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th quarter. 75-yard touchdown pass. 65-yard interception return by Dick Anderson, and a 74-yard touchdown drive in 6 plays. The officials stopped the clock, a request for a change of the football. We'll mention again, we had rain just before kickoff, and we had a few showers during the ball game, but the playing field has been in excellent shape. 3 minutes remaining in the ball game. Miami leads 21-0. Football, they control it. 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line. Greasy spins, gives to kick. The hole's on the left side. A fumble at the end of the play at the 46-yard line, but Miami holds on to the football. Bubba Smith was there, spot the ball at the 46-yard line of Baltimore. It will be close to the first down, and the chains come on. We'll have another measurement. We've had quite a few measurements tonight.
It's in that kind of football game, very closely played all the way. If you make a first down, you just barely make it, or just barely miss it on occasion. They made this one.
Less than the length of the football. 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 46, 2 minutes, 39 seconds remaining. The offensive star has to be Paul Warfield. Jim Kick and Larry Zonka getting the tough yardage, but the 2 key receptions of Warfield, one for 75 yards in the first score, and the other on a 3rd and 2 situation, a 50-yard reception that went to the 5-yard line of Baltimore where Zonka went in. The rest of the ball game on Miami's side of the ledger has been their defense. 1st and 10 at the Colt 46-yard line. Greasy takes Zonka, heads to the left, cuts back inside. He may have a yard, and that will be all to the 45. It'll be 2nd and 9 as Mike Curtis was there. Bob Kuchenberg, Jim Kick with the blocks in the play for Miami. There's timeout here in the 4th quarter with the score. Miami 21, Baltimore nothing. Two minutes remaining in the American Football Championship game. Miami 21, Baltimore nothing. 2 years ago, Miami won only 3 ball games that season. Don Shula, in his 2nd year as a head coach, it cost Miami a first-round draft choice. It may have been the best first-round draft choice they ever had. Shula, named today by UPI as the American Football Conference Coach of the Year. Greasy spins, gives off to kick. Big hole, 35 to the 30-yard line. A gain of 15 and a first down. It was 2nd and 9, and Rick Volk and Rex Kern were there for Baltimore. We pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is KLIQ and KLIQ-FM in Portland, Oregon, where you'll hear the Alan Hirsch Show Monday through Friday between 1 and 4 o'clock.
This is Charlie Jones and George Radaman now with 1 minute and 29 seconds remaining here in Miami. Miami Dolphins 21, the Baltimore Colts nothing. First down at the Baltimore 30-yard line. The Colts offense hurt. Bulash did not play. Matty played only sparingly. The give to Zonka. Counter inside from the 30 to the 26-yard line. Gain of 4. It will be 2nd down and 6, and the clock continues to move. Now with 1 minute and 3 seconds. And Miami has taken the last step to the Super Bowl. They will be meeting the Dallas Cowboys there in 2 weeks. Super Bowl in New Orleans. Seconds and counting. Miami still in the huddle. The ball at the 26-yard line. 37 seconds. Warfield splits to the far side. Twilly the flanker near side. Jim Kick and Larry Zonka the running backs. Meyer Fleming the tight end right side. Greasy. Greasy gives to Kick. Has a couple of yards and the clock continues to move. 21 seconds remaining. The crowd will start to count down, George.
And that was probably the last play. The Baltimore Colts, realizing they're out of it, feel there's no need to prolong the agony, aren't bothering to call a timeout. They're walking off the field now. And the Dolphins have won the game 21-0.
With the roar of the crowd, that is the end of the ball game. The final score, Miami 21, Baltimore nothing.
Team up easygoing eating with fast-paced football action. You'll find the Porter Scarpelli family provides over 40 varieties of macaroni, spaghetti, and noodle products that combine wholesome texture and flavor with your own unique recipes. Champion in their field, Porter's earned this distinction by providing quality without compromise. So score a touchdown every time you serve those hungry football players and fans in your family Porter macaroni, spaghetti, and noodles. The pride of Portland, Porter Scarpelli Macaroni Company. In addition to carrying major sporting events, KLIQ and KLIQ FM 92 are Oregon's only all-talk stations. KLIQ and KLIQ FM 92 feature each day such outstanding talk show personalities as Grace Phipps, Doug Baker, Pete Wheeler, Mark Lee, and many others. If you want to get involved, listen to talk radio every day on KLIQ and KLIQ FM 92.
This is Charlie Jones and George Ratterman back at the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. It will be Miami and Dallas in the Super Bowl. Miami winning here by a score of 21-0. And George, before we get into a recap, I want to thank Bill Wahlberg and Bo McComas, our two spotters, and Arthur Michelson, our statistician, for doing an outstanding job with us here today.